Hi Pisces, I hope you guys are doing great today. Welcome to January 2020. These are going to be general messages for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Guys, if the messages don't resonate, please don't try to make them fit. Check your Rising, your Moon, and your Venus, or check out one of these other fabulous readers that we have here on YouTube. Just to get something that maybe you resonate a little greater with, because we can't get everybody every single time around, right? So we're going to start getting right into a Celtic cross spread just to get a lay of the land for January. I'm going to be peppering the transits that are going on in the sky throughout. And then after the spread, we'll pull some energies on someone in your energy field that you feel like you need some information on, right? So it could be an intimate other, a partner, a family member, friend. It doesn't really matter. And we'll pull energies for them and how you're dealing with the connection with that person. Okay, right now, the situation that I see here for you Pisces in January of 2020 is the Six of Swords energy. So there's this sense of moving away, yeah, and you being confused. So let's pull the energies first and then see what we have. Okay. So there's missing, you're getting over somebody. There's something that you're getting over. If it's not a person, it's a job. You're working on healing yourself here. It's not easy though, okay? Some of you may be dealing with some sort of addiction in your world in some way. If it's not you, it may be somebody who you're dealing with, okay? And we have the King of Cups. You have so much love to give, Pisces, so much love. But, you know, let's get into right away. I guess let's talk about this situation right now. Six of Swords, you know, walking away from something. Not a surprising energy to get, Pisces. Let's just keep in mind as a little reminder, reflecting back to the last reading, you guys have these eclipses really hitting your 11th house. So there's a lot going on with your connections and the communities inside, you know, within which you run, your friend group, who you consider your people. And this really can just, you know, make you question the people that you're keeping company with in your life in general, across the board. And we have this lunar eclipse hitting on January 10th. It's a full moon lunar eclipse. It's around 2:21 Eastern Standard Time, 2:20, 2:21, at 20 degrees and 0 minutes of Cancer, opposite the sun, which is going to be 20 degrees, 0 minutes of Capricorn. So this is going to be very, very impactful for all the cardinal signs. So that would be Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn. And even though you guys aren't a cardinal sign, see what other transits are in your, what other rather placements are in your natal chart. Check your natal chart to see what else you have. Especially those 15 to 25 degrees is what you're looking for. Those are the people who are going to be feeling it, especially, but we're all going to be feeling it. And on top of this, we have Uranus finally turning direct in Taurus after being retrograde since August. So we're all going to be getting some surprises, and it's going to be something different for everyone. But mid-month, you know, hitting around the 10th, a little before mid-month, there are going to be some surprises coming in, and there's going to be just a shifting of energy. And, you know, Pisces, I feel like you're just moving away from something that you consider to be toxic for you. And the thing is this, we're all going to be a little front and center mid-month with this element of toxicity, because this particular eclipse is focusing on communicating and thinking. So thoughts and words are very likely to be kind of cold and disconnected and calculated. And this is a card of disconnect as well. You know, it's kind of just like disconnecting, even if you haven't left the situation in the 3D. This does indicate mental disconnection from a situation, even if you can't leave it just yet. And that's very much what's going to be happening this mid-month. So it's going to be the kind of energy where empathy and kindness are going to be really difficult to find and to access. So very much a bit of a bullying sensibility, and it doesn't necessarily have to be coming from you. You could be dealing with a very difficult personality, or you might be adopting a difficult personality, right? But the thing is this is all happening on the fixed star of Castor, which is going to incite a significant amount of emotional sensibility and nervous anxiety for everyone. So this can definitely be an issue. I mean, because in this energy, right, in the Six of Swords energy, when you're moving away, you're not moving away happily. You're not moving away peaceful and like la-di-da. Some of you maybe already moved away from the situation mentally, but that doesn't mean you did it happily. So there's this pain here, and there is this idea of sensitivity. There's a lot of emotion here. And the thing is with this is the kind of energy you just want to be careful of. Just because we have the eclipse in conjunction with the idea that it's happening on Castor, this is where harsh words can create permanent damage, where things are said that you just can't take back. They can't be taken back. Now, you're going to be a little confused. This is going to create a level of confusion about what your truth is right now. Where do you really feel like you fit in? Where do you really feel like you belong? A lot of Pisces are going to be pushed. It's going to be different for everyone, but a lot of Pisces are going to be getting this tickle to move, to change jobs, to change, because this has to do with your house of like connections and people you connect with. So a lot of Pisces is just going to be like, I just don't feel like I'm connecting with this place that I live anymore. I really don't like the people here. I'm not really connecting with where I work anymore. I just don't feel like grounded and connected, and just like I'm bonded to a situation in my life that I really want to feel bonded to. You know, so it's this idea of disconnect and pulling away. But the thing is, we do have Neptune as being trine here, which can definitely soften this oppressive energy while you're at cross purposes with yourself, which is good, because also we have the peppering of Jupiter in there that I did discuss in your 2020 reading. You guys could check that if you haven't checked that out. But the reason I'm mentioning Neptune and then Jupiter is because crowning you, we have the Eight of Wands, which is a fast-moving energy, almost a frenetic, positive, fast-moving. You're so motivated to move something forward in a certain direction. I mean, this is, an email, a text message, something coming in, some sort of good news coming in, or something coming in that unintentionally you process as being kind of like an epiphany. Like, you know what? That's a really good idea. I never even thought about that. I think I want to try out that career, or maybe I want to shift my path in what I'm doing. Or a lot of you Pisces are going to be wanting to get into studying something different, get into teaching, writing a particular curriculum regarding the career sector that you're in. But there is this level of creativity that's also going to be happening for you. It's like the seed that's going to be cracking open. And I do want to say that the seed is probably not going to be cracking open until like the third into the fourth week of January, once we start getting into Aquarius. And I just said Gemini, and guys, I always say when I spew out a sign by accident, it's never by accident. Somebody needed to hear that. Okay, so now we have the Lover's energy in reverse in your foundation. So yeah, I mean, Pisces, this is just you realizing that something is just not fitting in your life, having to do with either, because the Lover's card doesn't only mean an intimate lover. This could be a really good friend, a colleague, a coworker, or just your really good group of friends, or just one single friend. And there is an ending of something here, because the Lover's reverse is the shadow side of your personality coming out, both of you, and just really not feeling connected, not having a meeting of the minds, not being able to execute that Lover's energy. Now, I do say we're energetic beings. We have the power to turn this right side up. But Pisces, I have to tell you, I feel like you're not doing that. There's a lot of forward movement here I'm feeling. I really am. The Six of Swords is a forward movement. The Eight of Wands is a forward movement. And here in the Two of Swords energy, you're deciding between two paths. And I feel like you're trying to decide, should you continue to give this path your energy, or should you go in a different direction? And because it's crossing you and the movement energies are under it, I feel like you are going to be moving on and away from something that you just feel like, even though your heart may still want it in many, many ways, you're recognizing that it's nothing more than a cycle that keeps continuing, and you're trying to identify if maybe you're not in your head in some way trying to make either this relationship, this group of friends, or this job more than it is in reality, more than it is in the 3D. But you coming to terms with that is what I want to say. And you realizing that you continuing on this path, in this relationship, in this job, with this group of people, in this one single friendship, it's just going to keep coming back to the same thing. And you really are ready to just break free and really have a new a new angle in your path, so to speak. It doesn't even have to be entirely new, but you're definitely ready for a new angle on your path. Now, in the past, you were the Knight of Wands. You had such willingness for either this person or this group of friends or this job. There was a lot of fire in your belly, a great deal of passion, and a lot of motivation to push forward in it. But then we have in your near future, we have the Six of Pentacles reversed, which is all about feeling unsupported and just not really feeling that you don't have what you need. And really that's going to be so different for everyone, right? Because we don't all need the same things, for goodness sake, right? So whatever that means to you. You know, so maybe if it's a job, maybe they're not bringing you enough money, or the money that you're being paid is not worth the time and the drain that it has on you and the rest of your life. If this has to do with a friendship, you just feel like they don't have your back in the way that you have their back. Or any relationship, like you feel like you're the one who's more supported and more committed to a certain connection than what you're getting back, and you're realizing that this is a pattern, and it's a pattern that you just don't want to repeat in your life. You're ready to put it to rest, because you know you're not going to get what you need. Right now, you're in the Five of Swords energy. So right now, Pisces, I feel like a lot of you, like the current energy of you right now is that is one of conflict and really trying to figure out what your truth is. Now, this could be you being in heavy-duty conflict with this person, with somebody at work, with this group of people, or this could certainly be internal conflict, but it doesn't really matter. The idea here is that there is an energy of conflict, and the Five of Swords conflict is about really having a solid battle over what's true, what's not. What really happened in the 3D and what was actually fabricated, and not even maliciously, but kind of made up either in your mind or in this other person's mind. You know, really trying to figure out what's true, what's not, what's reality, what's not. And you want to know something, Pisces? This is the thing too. If you're the one who maybe ended up creating some sort of narrative, not based in reality, to end something, right? As a way of getting yourself out of a job, a relationship, a friendship, where you were deflecting, you were trying to make it seem like the other person did A, B, and C when you kind of knew in your soul of souls that they didn't really do anything so bad. You have to look at why maybe you did that. You know, and not put your energy so much on blaming them, but look at like why maybe you did that. Why do you maybe self-sabotage with certain relationships? Why do you push certain people away and situations away? You know, because at the end of the day, it must be because you on some level feel like they're ultimately not a good pairing for you. It's not a good energy for you. It's not a good friendship. At the end of the day, like you don't feel like you're ultimately going to get what you want in that job. So maybe you hyper focus on every little thing that the person did at work or a person did in a relationship or a friendship. And maybe you make it bigger than it actually is. And it's as a way of protecting yourself because you really aren't on some deep level. You're not comfortable to stay in that connection. You know, otherwise you would not be feeling this level of conflict as this is your self position. This is Pisces and only Pisces within Pisces. Okay? Now, the external influence to you is the shadow side, which is the devil energy. And this is an external influence to you. So Pisces, this can be you battling something external to you having to do with an addiction. So for some of you, this can be an addiction to any sort of alcohol, substance, food, sex, money, gambling, low vibrational thinking, or just an unbelievable amount of fear that is just really challenging to unpack. This is somehow in your field. It's external to you. So this is because of an external situation. But addictions are actually external to us also. It's something that we reach to external to make our internal feel better. So this can certainly be you, or this could certainly be an energy that you're dealing with in one way or another. It could be either you, either your partner. It could be maybe you're realizing you work with somebody who has a very bad addiction issue that's getting in the way of their life. And you're friends with them also, and they keep getting themselves into these pickles, and it's just always the same old with them, and they keep sabotaging themselves, and you're just in a state of conflict. Like, do I even want to still deal with this person in my world? Or do I feel like it's time to move on and cut them off and have a little tough love, you know? So it could be anything like that, but I definitely feel like there is addiction in your life in one way or another. And the Three of Wands energy is in your fear position. I mean, you're just afraid of what your next steps are. You're afraid of making a hasty decision, the wrong decision. But I feel like more than anything, Pisces, this is you just not having all the answers. And this is what I'm telling everybody this month. Because if you're feeling that, join the club, first of all. It's just the way... It's the collective energy of how the eclipses and so many other energies that are going on in the sky, how it's all hitting us. This is a time of really tapping into the why of everything. The why. Why did things happen the way they did? Why do I feel like this? Why am I feeling like this in my job? Why do I feel like this about this relationship? I've been out of this relationship for so long. Why am I still thinking of this person? Or I'm in this relationship with this person for way too long. Why? When I know I'm not happy. You know, obviously this is a general message, so you have to apply it how you see fit. But this is about really getting in touch with the why and what's in the underbelly and less the how. Don't worry about the how. The how is going to roll out. The how is going to roll out once we're into the, once we hit the Aquarius season and we're out of this Pentacle Earth energy and we're into air. And guys, remember, we're ending a 34-year cycle of Pentacles and we're going into a 34-year cycle of air, which is about communication and technology. I mean, this is a very exciting time we're going into. But when I say communication, I also mean communication within ourselves. It's just going to be easier for us to unpeel those layers within ourselves. So don't worry that you're not sure how your life is going to be rolling out into this next level, because this is your fear right now. Like, okay, I see that I have the rest of my life in front of me, but how exactly is it all going to work? What's it all going to look like? This is the outcome. You ending a cycle. You're ending a cycle here, Pisces, for sure. It's death reverse. It's not going to be easy. Okay? This is a real letting go energy. This is a letting go. Now, this is the thing. You're letting go of something now. Is it something that, and I have to say this because there are so many Pisces out there and you're all at different stations within your life, right? Is this thing that you're ending, is it able to be transformed? Does it need to be ended altogether? And is it something that in that area of your life you need to rebuild, you need to build in a totally different way? It's one of those three. But what it's not is the fourth option, which is remaining the same. Pisces, I said this to you guys, I believe in the last video. You have free will as an energetic being. If you don't want to listen to any of the astrology, any of the recommendations, it's completely up to you. But understand that what's happening in the sky is real. This is not like any sort of subjective thing. It's a very objective thing that's happening, right, in the sky. And if you don't take note of this and you don't go with the changes, your world's not going to fall apart, but man, are you going to feel uncomfortable. It's going to be very hard for you to feel comfortable in your skin. And I'm not saying that to sound scary. I'm saying that to really encourage you to feel empowered by the fact that whatever's ending here and whatever you're moving into is so much better than you can imagine. Don't be afraid. And don't allow your ego or your old way of doing things or any of those 12th house sabotaging behaviors get in your way, you know? Because that's where you live. That's where you jive, Pisces, right? And you want to make sure that you tap into your highest energy. And that is all about deep intuition, Pisces. Tap into that, the beautiful watery element that you guys have. And really embrace it as you move forward into this next section of your life. This is good stuff, man. I'm not saying it's going to be easy. It's not. It's not going to be easy. But it's going to be good. It's going to be really good. So let's pull some energy on a person who you are dealing with in your life, okay? Somebody that Pisces is dealing with. Let's see what kind of information we can get on a person that Pisces is dealing with. Pisces is dealing with right now. So we'll pull a little crowning and then 4 cards to get some story. You're dealing with the 7 of Cups reverse energy. So this is somebody who is just, first of all, I feel like you're dealing with an energy that may not be in your life right now. You don't know everything that's going on with them, Pisces, because that's what the 7 of Cups says. The 7 of Cups energy, and people always say it's the card of confusion. And I always say it's less about confusion, more about you just don't have all the information. You don't know what's going on with them totally. You know what's in 5 of the Cups, but these 2 cups here, you're just not quite sure. And what you're filling in that you think might be there is negative, but that's because that's the human condition, and there's filling in here. But this person, because Cups is emotions, giving emotions. In the reverses is a holding back of emotions. So there's this holding back and you not knowing the full story of what's happening with this person. So we have the 6 of Wands energy, okay? So this person feels very disrespected, Pisces, by something that has happened regarding you. So if it's not disrespect by you, it's disrespect as a result of a situation that happened to you. And they don't feel like that they're going to be able to have any sort of victory with you at all. But this person is feeling very nostalgic for you. And they would still like, they would like to communicate with you. They would like this situation to work out. They would like this friendship to work out. They would like this connection in work to work out. If it's an intimate partner, this is something that where they're missing you. They're missing the beautiful aspects of your relationship, and that's what they're very focused on right now. They're identifying that in you and within your energy as you guys were together. There was this tapping into kind of like the more innocent, childlike part of themselves, you know? This is also that could indicate them spending a lot of time with their kids or where they grew up right now, which makes sense, right, around the holidays. But, you know, we're going into January. A lot of people are still celebrating, right, the new year well into and through the end of January, right? So there's a lot of visiting that still goes on. But there is this sense of nostalgia, And I do have to say, this is the card of reconnection. So not to say that you guys are reconnecting, but that this is something that they would be open to if things were a certain way. And the only reason I'm saying that is because they feel like really they don't know everything. They feel like there's information regarding you that they don't know. They feel like there were parts of you, Pisces, that they just never really got to know. They definitely felt disrespected. They feel like there's just like a lack of victory, but there's still something there. There's some sort of still this energetic connection, you know? Yeah, that's what they're feeling. But they really do not feel like you are very honest, Pisces. I do have to say. They're holding back. They're holding back contacting you. But there's something that they feel like is not entirely on the up and up with you. And they're very intuitive. You know, Queen of Cups really can feel what people are feeling. They feel, you know, I'm saying she because it's the Queen, but, you know, gender doesn't matter here. The Queen of Cups feels things just intuitively. Very much in your energy field right now, Pisces. I feel like even if you guys are not in connection, this person is certainly in your energy field. You're in theirs. And they know it's necessary in order to make a relationship work. They know. This person is good at relationship. I just feel like that, you know. Very interesting. Probably going to get more about that. I'm going to pull how you're viewing this person. But that's where they're at right now. I mean, they have a lot of love to give. They feel like there's something shady with you, but yet they miss you. They feel very disrespected by you. So, I don't know what that's about. Let's see. Let's get some energy on Pisces. Crowning, and then some... Okay, so you're the Strength reverse right now when it comes to this person. So, Pisces, you might be staying away from this person because you don't feel strong enough to deal with them in one way or another. But we'll talk about that more. That could also be you being very entrenched in your ego right now, but we'll talk about it. Yeah, I mean, this is pretty direct. I mean, yeah. I mean, you're done, Pisces, you're done. You're not willing to take the chance. That's the full reverse. You don't feel like there's growth with this person. That's the Empress reverse. You have no will and no passion, right? But I feel like you really don't want to deal with them. You really don't want to deal with them. And the Chariot is you moving forward to a healthier space for you that you consider to be more like home and family in your heart space. So I feel like whoever this is, either that you're dealing with right now or who's in your energy, Pisces, you're moving away from them. You're moving away. There's a definitive letting go here. There's definitely a letting go. And that is that. Yeah. There's a letting go. There's you feeling like there's just can't be this this wish fulfillment, this growth. Actually, no. Not even getting that. They might actually be a wish fulfillment, but you don't feel like it's ever going to be able to get to that point because you feel like for whatever reason, you guys end up back on this hamster wheel of going back and forth, together, not together, together, not together, and you just don't want it anymore. You just don't want it anymore, you know? And they, at the end of the day, probably don't want it either, Pisces, to be honest with you. I mean, they could be feeling nostalgic, but the other energies in there are like, you know, they don't trust you. And they feel disrespected by you. So that's kind of hard to mitigate, too. So, you know, we have to just be mindful of that, all right? Let's see what kind of healing energy we get for you guys. Letting go. Have we not been talking about that? Look, Pisces. Wow. I mean, letting go, yeah. You're being challenged. You're being challenged to change your point of view and recognize that this particular relationship has run its course. Because it's like, I feel like in the 3D, you're saying, yeah, I'm going to leave. I'm not going to entertain that anymore. I'm just not going back there. This could even be what you're telling your friends, the people that you work with. If this is an intimate relationship, you're telling them, I'm just not going back there. If this is to do with a friend, you're telling your family and your other friends, I'm not dealing with them anymore. I'm so done. You know, it was saying all of that, but they're still in your energy field. You have not completely cut the cord yet, you know, and you're being challenged to change your point of view here. And to just recognize that this thing has run its course. Although you might be afraid to fully let go, the universe has a new opportunity for you, which is going to allow you a different kind of experience and a different kind of passion and satisfaction that you really always wanted. But you need to let go of this first, because if you don't let go, it's going to end up blocking you. And you look, saying goodbye is never easy, and it can make you feel like you failed at something. Right? I mean, that's normal. That's normal to feel like that. It's not normal to not feel like that. Okay? It's normal, you know, if you have a heart. But you must not allow yourself to be persuaded by other people or your own doubts, you know, to keep holding on. So really focus on opening your heart here to this new opportunity. Leave the baggage of past mistakes behind you. It's important that during this letting go process that you're really gentle with yourself, really kind. And really honest, you know, and allow yourself to have some alone time and do what, you know, do what can kind of get to the bottom of the barrel, like write or meditate, do something creative, you know, but do whatever you can to heal and let go of the pain that's holding you back, and recognize that your spirit is really calling you to grow. It's really calling you to grow now, Pisces. You're bigger. You're meant to be bigger than where your life is at right now. And that's not going to happen if you keep holding on to the past in ways that haven't been serving you. So whatever hasn't been serving you in your life, if it's that relationship, it's that friendship, or even, Pisces, if it's a poor pattern behavior that you know you might exhibit, it's time to let go of any area that's been holding you back. This is all about letting go for you. January is about letting go and understanding the whys for you. Yeah. Pisces, that's what I have for you. Thank you so much for joining me. And Pisces, honestly, thank you so much for being on this journey with me since I started my channel. It's not yet a year, but I'm really so grateful for all the subscribers that I have and the community that we've built, and the level of empathy and compassion that's exhibited in the comments and how you guys communicate. It's really beautiful, and I'm so proud to be part of all of this. Thank you so much. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.